And here is the lineup for the penultimate race of the afternoon. It's the Macau Handicap. It's a straight 1,000-metre contest, and it just oozes quality. There's a lot of very talented gallopers here. Jumbo Luck, California Whip, who actually won the Hong Kong-Macau Trophy last year. Didn't get a run. He was the first emergency, but he'll go around in the 1,000 metres. Raging Storm, Saul Special, Refined Treasure's gone back to the trials one. Speed Vision's been in good form at the Valley. Baltic Whisper continues to trial well, but he can't transfer it onto the track. We see the return of Montreal, Speedy King Breeder's Star, Hinchin Love, and down the bottom to Jade Theatre. So it's a good quality Class 2 over the 1,000. And you would expect the pace to be pretty rock solid.
Yeah, I think they'll go like the clappers here. You've got Montreal, Speed Vision, they'll be up on the pace. Other horses that can be there, Jumbo Luck, Saul Special, Speedy King likes to be right up there as well. Refined Treasure won't be too far away. Baltic Whisper's been trialling well, but he can't convert it to race day. But they should go fairly hard here, Paul.
Yeah, we haven't seen this horse since December, Raging Storm, but his track work's been really good leading into it, and he was impressive in a recent trial as well. So he looks like he's going to the race really good, and you can see he was keen to get on with this particular piece of work back on the 8th of May. Baltic Whisper, now, he's been working a lot better than he actually races. His last few runs have been a little bit disappointing, I thought. The fourth by Moment of Power wasn't too bad, but his track work is good, is what I should say. Speedy King's an interesting runner for me because he has run down the straight 1,000 before and won. Barrier 10 with Ricky Yu aboard. He might be one at odds as well. He goes nicely. All right, we're going to touch base with him again, Speedy King, because he finished behind Speed Vision. Now, Speed Vision did have a couple of reasonable runs over the straight 1,000 at Sha Tin as a Griffin, but recently his best work's been done at Happy Valley. Yeah, it has been, and this is over 1,200. He'll get the big claim, and he's got the Barrier 14. A couple of positives there, but I wonder if 1,200 is his go these days as he's got a bit older. Back to 1,000. There's some speedy horses behind him. Yeah, there certainly is. There's going to be a whole lot of pace in front, so you just might get softened up a little bit as well. Well, Raging Storm does go in fresh, as Paul mentioned. Let's hear from the man who'll be on his back, Joe Moreira, chatting with Ed Sadler.
Raging Storm, Joe, what's the key to this horse? Because you've won 5 times on him. What do you need to do to get the best out of him?
Probably just get on him at the right time. He's a good horse, actually. When he put it all together, when he's able to put all that he's got as best all together, he's been very good. This time we're running over the 1,000 meters. It's going to be his first test, but so far he's been showing enough good gate speed. So if he's able to produce that on Saturday, he's going to be jumping and be right there with them. And he's been a very, very strong horse at the finishing. So I believe he's a winning chance.
So even though his wins have been over 1,200 and 1,400 metres, 1,000 first up, you think will be okay?
The first up, I think, is going to be a plus to him, actually, to help him to run over the 1,000, as they should go faster. But a freshen up helps a lot. Usually horses that had their spell, when they come back, they usually show a little bit of more gate speed, and I think that's going to be his case.
He's a horse, too, that hasn't raced since International Day. You rode him in a trial just before Christmas, then missed work. Do you know what issues he's had?
To be honest, I don't. But what I can say, he's fully recovered. He's been showing that on his various trials. And I'm excited to see how he's going to come up with his form at this preparation.
When you look at the top sprinters here in Hong Kong, too, you know what beat the clock's like when the Group 1 on him recently. There's not a large amount of top-class sprinters. Is Raging Storm the type of horse that could take that step into the top class?
He could, and what I would highlight as well is that he feels like he has been a better horse than what he's been in the past. So, yeah, that gives us the confidence that he could get there with the best horses.
Oh, it was a nice chat to tune into there between Joe and Ed regarding Raging Storm. Now, Refined Treasure, they tried him over the 1,200 metres last start. He finished 8th behind California Fortune. He has gone back to the trials and been successful.
He certainly has. This is him in the dark blue cap, hitting the lead now with Aldo Demar in the saddle. This was back on the 30th. I thought it was a really strong trial win from him. Back to 1,000 metres. Really like him. His course and distance, 6 starts, 4 wins and 1 second. he's my idea of the winner here, and what is a pretty deep race.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. And the other time he was unplaced, he almost fell. So that was on debut. So he's a really nice horse. This one, I think 1,000's ideal for him.
That's definitely the key, isn't it, so far in his career? Right front tendon lesion issue for Montreal, which is why he's been off the scene all season. But we know he can run. He's broke 56 on the clock before over this course and distance.
Yeah, definitely. He's only had the 3 starts as well, and that's the time when he did do it. He's coming back. He's got barrier 1 as well. Look, he's trialled nicely. I've got him in the numbers.
He's only had 1 trial. He had trials going back to the beginning of the season, including the start of season trials here, but he's got plenty of ability.
Yeah.
That trial was good.
Karras is obviously taking the ride, but Zach's ridden a few of the trials. Can't make the weight, no doubt, which is why he's on Silver Saw, who he is undefeated on, by the way. Tips, it's a good race.
Yeah, Refined Treasure on top for me. I really like this horse in this race. Raging Storm, fresh up over 1,000. Speedy King's won over the course and distance. He can add some value to the exotics. And Montreal, we just talked about. 5, 3, 11 and 10.
5 on top for me as well. Refined Treasure for Tony Millard and Aldo De Mea. Montreal goes in, throwing in Raging Storm. And Saul Special, who's won down the straight here before, he gets a tick in his corner as well. So 5, 10, 3 and 4.
Yeah, similar numbers. I think Hinchin Love down the bottom's an interesting one. We saw a replay of him upsides Raging Storm in that interview with Ed. Be interested to see what price he goes around. Might be worth throwing into the exotics, but it is a cracker race, no doubt about that. It's the 9th. We've got one to preview on this edition of Racing to Win. That's race 10. It comes up next.